Well, good morning, Newberry High School drum major. This is Ward Green, retired director of bands at Trail Park High School in Jacksonville, now residing in the Villages, Florida. Welcome to the Central Florida Marching Arts Festival here at Leesburg High School on this beautiful October 5th day. Great day for performing. Going to be looking at your drum major and all the aspects of drum majoring. So looking forward to your performance. We'll be back with you when you're ready to go. Okay, nice snappy salute. Very well. Very affirmative. Here we go. Okay, almost started. little problem. But good control, good listening skills. I really appreciate that. You didn't start...
You may begin for competition.
Okay, here we go again. All right, good beat pattern established here. On your three, we don't round it out too much. On count two, it's just a big round circle, and it gives a little difficulty of them knowing what beat we're on. Make it a little bit flatter. Now this is very good here. Really like your intensity. Good cue. Very precise in the beat. Thank you for that. Yeah, good. Now when you give the crescendo, you give the diminuendo. Make sure that the band is doing exactly what you want them to do. Just don't go through the motions of it. Make sure, even in practice and everything, if they're not watching you and observing what you're doing, that's your responsibility to stop and say, look guys, it's a crescendo here. Let's make sure we do that. Again, good precise beat pattern. Possibly I would raise it up just a little bit. You wanted to make sure that they can see and everything. Good chest level would be a great starting point. Yeah, now again, you're going down there, and I like that, getting the idea of being softer, but you've got to make sure that the band does that, okay? Like the silent commands. They're responding very well to you. Okay, new drum major on the podium now. Good lyrical style here, appreciate that. Good display of conducting talents. And like the other drum major, I'd encourage you to raise your conducting style to the chest level. Be careful that we don't go too low, as it's more difficult for the band to see. Nice retard. Definitely have the band under control. Good consistency of beat patterns. Probably right here, since the pit and the flute are the only ones that are playing, I'd really make the beat pattern really small. Good change of tempo, change of style. Appreciate you looking at the section that is featured and bringing your attention back around to the rest of the band. Good downbeat. Again, consistency in the beat pattern, very plain to see. You're relaxed in your stance, appreciate that. For both of you, I'd say your facial expressions, you're very serious, and I really do appreciate that. But at the end of a piece or end of a solo or something, you could give a little smile and say, yeah, nice work. That type of thing is always being an encourager of the band and what they're doing out there. Appreciate you looking around, making sure everything is okay. Again, good change of tempo. Same thing here again. Good intensity here. Good cutoff. All right, snappy salute to end it. Really appreciate seeing y'all today. Very nice job. You have a good projection of your image to the audience. Both of you have good body carriage. Projection of style was just outstanding. Both of you had control of the presentation, which is great. Also had control of the ensemble as well. It's obvious that you have the leadership qualities necessary to be just an outstanding drum major team, and I really appreciate that. You had control of the overall presentation, gave some good cues, and some good pattern consistencies as well. So thank you for performance today. Certainly enjoyed seeing you. Hope my comments have proved helpful to you. I want to wish you the best of luck in all your future performances.
Hello and greetings to the Newberry High School Marching Band. I welcome you to the 2013 Central Florida Marching Arts Invitational Prelims. Leesburg High School, this is Ivan Wansley, Tampa, Florida. My caption of the conversation is Music Ensemble Performance, and here we go. Here we go. Good luck to you. Nice intensity build up by the front ensemble. Nice woodwind contribution. Make sure that we all go to the same release point. Nice to hear all the voices. Nice to hear all voices. Thank you very much for that balanced attempt there. Nice staging here for our contra feature. Wonderful drill as far as staging the melody and putting the voices right where they need to be. Be careful there. We're hearing some feet come to the end of the horn there, Mellows. Make sure that we got very careful that we're keeping a very consistent song, tone quality coming through. Nice impact. Front now, you got to be very careful. Got to be very careful. I do appreciate your sensitivity the majority of the time. There's many that last segment though we were a little bit too powerful for the wind section. Nice expression being put here throughout. Good phrasing overall as far as trying to do something with the shape of the phrase and make sure the musical line is going somewhere. To be careful with the consistency of articulations here to work on better precision, note length. Make sure that we're lining things up vertically. We've got some little precision things here in our woodwinds. I think that will become stronger, of course, as we're not thinking about our feet as much. Overall, good balanced sound, a sound that's under control, a sound that we're hearing. We're not just hearing the trumpets, we're hearing all the voices. We got a little bit, need more clarity there now for better balance, better clarity. Nice contribution. Nice contribution. Nice contribution by our winds and our grounded percussion. Really a very more complex score. Okay. Our overall balance is fine. As far as that, we're hearing all the parts. It's the technical issues as expected that are giving us some trouble right now. As far as our consistency, our precision, our tone quality at times. Articulation consistency that will help with note length, but also with style. See, the woodwind feature is being covered up a little bit right here by our front. So you just got to be very sensitive front ensemble. I mean, guys, you're doing a nice job down front. You're adding a lot of good colors and timbres to the sound. But that little electric piano there just really was way too much for the woodwind feature. Careful, clarinet player. Don't clip a note there at the very end. It seems like to me that this would be the time that the electric piano would play out. Sounds like the brass choir back over here on side one. You need to get a little bit more air behind the tip of the tongue. It sounds like they call them attacks on the sheets. The beginning of the notes sometimes are not as clear as we want them to be. Got to sustain. Again, we just got, a lot of this has to do with just being so early in the season. The fact we don't have the sustained power, we don't have the good breath, consistent breath control and breath support. Appreciate you micing that flute. Nice job by the flute. Now match that note length. What's presented for better precision, for better accuracy. Got to match the note length that's presented to you ahead of time. Appreciate the contribution by the front ensemble and the colors that you're adding. Again, wonderful contribution by our families. Wonderful contribution by our Woodwind family. Really fine scoring. Rangers done a nice job here. Good depth and substance of the musical composition, and the responsibilities that's being played on the musicians is just really top notch. And for the most part, our musicians are beginning to understand that responsibility. Keep the mouth tall there, Mello. Keep your mouth tall. Quality of sound. Note length. Got to match the note length of the timpani. Match the note length of the timpani for better ensemble precision. All right, I've enjoyed listening and, of course, watching the Newberry High School Marching Band, a band that's obviously receiving some excellent instruction, a musical book that really does have great depth and substance as far as its contribution by all three families are available to us on the field. So I really think that's a wonderful thing. We need to work on technique as far as our precision. Some of that's being caused by a lack of consistent articulation, which some of that might be caused because we're still thinking a little bit about the drill and what our feet are supposed to do, and so that we're hearing some wah 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 come to the end of the horn, so we'll be very careful with that. Okay, but overall a very nice opening start by a very fine, well-trained band, and my congratulations to you on that. So again, I would work on articulation consistency. I would continue to work on our breath support, our breath control, which means that we probably just got to bulk up a little bit and got to be more physically able to execute what is necessary for us. Okay? So that would be very, very important for us. Okay? All right, best of luck to you. Never hesitate to call me if I can be of assistance in the future.
Good morning, Newberry High School, and welcome to the Leesburg competition here on October the 5th, 2013. My name is Dan Dubay. I'm the director of bands at Blake High School of the Arts in Tampa, Florida. My responsibility this morning is the caption of Ensemble Visual. You're currently setting up on the field. I want to wish you nothing but the best. Hope you guys have a great run. I'm sure this is the first competition of the year. If not, I still hope you have a great run, and we'll get back to you when you guys are ready to begin. Best of luck. All right, here we go, guys. So obviously the show has started already, and we've got tarps blowing over the field. I used tarps my last year at Durant High School, and I would recommend we like taped washers to them so they didn't blow around the field. Really nice job so far in the opening drill segment for you. Yeah, we just taped really heavy washers to it, and it helped keep it down a little bit. They still blow around, but nice timing there. Brass section, good for you. Nice halt. Like the body posture thus far. Like to see the color guard and that a little bit stronger. Member to member struggling with the flag work at that halt. Good job of spatial relationship as we move forms. Be careful, change of direction over their woodwinds. Not quite as solid on side one. Okay, we got mellophone players struggling with feet as they move across the field. Timing not as strong here as it has been. Yeah, guys, we got to subdivide drum majors' hands. They're not as solid as I saw earlier. Good job on that hold. Okay, make sure how far are we going to lift the foot. Nice. Okay, good. I really like the body movements. Just making sure that, again, we're all doing exactly the same thing. Interpret it the same way. Woodwinds in the back struggling with feet timing. Nice job of timing the form to the 50-yard line. Make sure we all do the horn visual. Not everyone did the horn pop or horn lift, as whatever you want to call it. Horn lift to the press box there. Horns up together. Careful, woodwinds, on that. Make sure everybody does exactly the same. Nice job. Yeah, really nice job with the difficult feet movement up here, woodwinds. Like how the guard is integrated in the form. Nice job of timing of that for the most part. A few members struggling with the difficult feet movement. Nice job of the timing of the new movement. Okay, body facings right now as we move outside. Some of you are letting the instrument facings go towards the end zone. Careful. Starting to drift. Yeah, not timed as well as the earlier movements. It's tough to hit that oval, or that circle, I should say. Putting two of them together like that. So that's going to be a long time to clean that. Certainly can do it. It's early in the year and that's not that far off. Good. Like to see a body movement in there to help the composition score. Responsibility. Like the staging of this event for you. Like to see the color guard help with that transition as well. I feel like they were just kind of marching around the field. Nice initiation of arm movement. I like how everybody in the band buys into what we're doing. Appreciate the commitment that you've made to doing the body movement. Okay, when we're doing that jazz run in, make sure we're not bouncing, brass players. We're fighting with that wind, flags. You got to get the flag away from your body so it doesn't wrap around you. Nice job of the transition of time, woodwinds. Nice, good moment for you. This long hold obviously lends itself to some kind of a body movement here as well to help with composition score go up. I'm sure that's something we'll add later. Again, the jazz run, brass players specifically struggling with the jazz run, saxophone struggling with the jazz run as well. Yeah, really need to work on jazz run technique, wind players. Yeah, I would suggest on these circles, I'd like to see how you had that circle face in just now. That's how you clean circles. Have them all face in, get a focal point, and really work on making sure that that circle's perfect. You're struggling over the tarps here, obviously because of the wind didn't help. Nice horn initiation there, mellophone. Okay, as we get tired, body posture's starting to waver on us. Alignment, guys. Yeah, trumpet player not sure where to go yet. Obviously new part of the drill. Struggling here. Appreciate the recovery there. Obviously struggle with that difficult movement this early in the year. Need good posture, flute, as we come out on side 2 here. Baritone, we got to get there quicker. You didn't quite time that right. Yeah, form here not as clean on this hold. Good job in the initiation of step in new directions, just across the board. Students are really clear on when they're supposed to step off. Nice job on the 360. Nice job on the form there. Yeah, I love the statement of body movement at the end. Visually really strong, guys. Yeah, lots of really good things going on. And I mentioned a couple spots where you can add some body movement. Obviously, I love the fact that kids are buying into everything that we're doing. I mentioned it a couple times. They're really buying into the show. Some small timing issues in the feet. Obviously, a couple spots in the drill that we still have to clean. It's nice that the whole show's out there and we can now spend the rest of the season cleaning. Lots of potential. Really enjoyed the group this morning, and I hope some of the comments that I offered are useful, and I want to wish you the best of luck for the remainder of the season.
Good morning, Newberry High School. This is Vic Kalinsky judging you in GE coordination here October 5th at Leesburg. This is prelims. I'm on top of the press box looking down at you. I hope my comments will be helpful to you. All right, Newberry, we're on hold for a second. We're short a recorder. And here we go. All right, I see we're going to have probably a little problem with the tarp today. Good impact on the beginning. Nice contribution by the guard on the opening statement. And good velocity through here with the movement. Very nice. Good dynamic contribution coming out from the front ensemble. Nice. Well done. All right. Careful, conscious of the guard moving into this form. I know some of it's wind related with the flags. They're trying to hang on to that. Wind picked up over here. Good change of direction by the band. All right, we just got to be careful where our step-offs are going into this form. And the tail end of this is kind of trailing off from a motion standpoint. Good resolve to the form, good bodies, nice. A little more with the attacks on the accents on the drum set, going with the body movement was just slightly off. Okay, watch coming into this form that where the instruments, especially where the baritones are, as to where they are. Is it a spacing issue? A couple of them were playing over to the side of the shoulder. Nice contribution through here with the body movement. Careful, tubas. Nice resolve to the form. That came together nicely for you. Good variety of forms up to this point. Nice job. Good. Nice resolution to that. A little more dynamic contrast could have happened in there towards the end of it. Nice job front. Let's have a good body interpretation through here. Let's make sure that we all know where our facings are during this point. I'm sure that'll come as the season progresses. Conscious of the interpretation of the scatter to the duets over here on the right side, on side 2. Some good interpretation from the guard to where the brass was playing, where the low brass was playing on side 1. Nice effect with the double silks, with the double flags. Guard has done a pretty decent job of handling it, considering with the way the wind is. Oh, hold on. Good recovery with the big wings. Definitely some very good pacing throughout the show. I'm wondering if the soloist dancer should be just slightly off center to where the flute player is. She kind of gets lost on the beginning of the interpretive dance, and I didn't notice her until she had backed out of that. And that was with me watching the soloist too, who did a very nice job. Hang on, good job. Little problem with the tarp right now on the back side, but they handled it, they recovered well. right, let's be careful on the back up through that. We're losing the timing on the feet coming back there, especially on the low brass. That was closest to the 50 in that move. Good velocity movement through here. Nice job. Okay, extension of legs. Let's make sure we're all extending to the same thing. Set player's done a nice job of keeping tempo throughout. Does a good job. Good timing on the marimba with the double stops. Be careful on the concert bass on all those accents that we don't overpower it. We want a good punch, but don't go overboard on it. Some good technique noted out here at times. There you go. That was, oh. All right, let's make sure we got all that turned together. Interpretation of those notes right there on the 8th notes. Nice job. And the pose at the end. Good communication up. Let's make sure all our heads are up towards the press box, not just, there's a few, especially towards the center. All right, Newberry, nice job. Some good transitional moves throughout here. They did a nice job of holding on, especially when the tarp started to wrinkle up in the center. Color guard did a good job of hanging on to as they went. Looking at some of the interpretation that went on, it's more now of just feeling where the beats are on each punch to make sure that the leg bending and it's going. Some of the issues that we're having was on the left side. It was on backup moves, especially at the quicker tempos. We were kind of losing their feet timing as they were going back. There was some good dynamic display throughout musically. We probably get a little more out of it, especially from the front ensemble. They don't seem to be projecting as much as they could on some of those dynamic phrases as to project to where the judges are sitting. Some of it, there's some good tonality throughout the show, and the variety that goes on from a designer standpoint, especially from a visual standpoint, is very nice, and I'm sure that'll get better as the season progresses. I would look at a couple of the issues where the color guard is spaced, especially when they go to the white flags in the center, to maybe looking at where they are positioned in that form. And again, with the solo dancer, just kind of looking at where she is to the flute player to make sure that you can see that she's doing a dance. She was kind of hidden, and I'm up on top and didn't see her until she had backed away. Overall, nice job for the beginning of the year. I wish you the best of luck. Hope to see you down the road. And if I get a chance to talk to you and critique, I hope I do. Thank you. Good luck.
Good morning, Newberry. This is Chris Bonner from Fort Myers, Florida, and I'll be evaluating your performance today in the area of general effect coordination. My vantage point is on the 45-yard line on side 1. That's my left of the 50. Looking forward to an exciting performance. Okay, we seem to be in a holding pattern here.
You may begin for competition.
Got a nice impact here at the beginning. Strong picture. Good, nice pacing of the drill going with the pacing of the music. Creates a lot of energy. Bravo. Good, nice opening statement there. I like the way you have the color guard silk going down as the music fades out there, as the last splash of the cymbal fades from the percussion. Want to try and consider layering some additional responsibilities on our wind players when they're not playing, other than just marching to and from the spots. This is a really well-rehearsed ensemble. I think they can handle a greater level of responsibility there. Nice. Some really strong concepts. Execution not quite up to the level of the design element, but at this stage of the season, that's to be expected. The integration of both the visual and musical elements from a design standpoint thus far in the show. Again, we have some dead time here where we could add some added visual responsibilities to our wind players. Good, I like what we're doing here. Maybe that's a spot from a design standpoint with our visual ensemble as they're coming across with that dee-doo-dot-dot-dee-doo-dot section in the winds, that instead of marching to their spot, they could actually be dancing to their spot and something that would accent the style of the music. Now, I love the dynamic contrast I'm getting out of this small musical ensemble here. Really appreciate what you're generating out here. Bravo, young people. Good. Built to a nice, logical conclusion here, nice tight form, good visual coverage. Now, wind players, as we're moving out away, can we add some responsibilities visually with our arms and stuff as we're moving out? I like what you're doing here. We just want to try and fill in all the little visual gaps. I think the visual contribution of our wind players there matches the music very well. Nice sensitive musical moment. Very big work with the flag here, but very, very soft music. Kind of a visual musical oxymoron here. I'm hearing one thing, but I'm seeing something else. Something you may want to address from a design standpoint there. See, I would use that entire section there as choreography. And now I see the flags for the first time. And it'd be a much stronger impact there. The winds, could we be doing something here? Lunges. Even something as simple as the horns elevating to the box to show the impact in the music. Very nice. I like our visual soloist here in the middle. I know these large poles are very hard to manipulate. We want to try and make sure that the beauty and the flow of the flute soloist is matching what we're doing. Again, this is a spot where what we're doing visually is not giving us a good representation of the music. Looks like kind of a hole in the guard book leading up to this point of impact. From a design standpoint, the overall pacing structure of the show, I think, is very, very good. So kudos to the design staff and design team at this point for putting the show together. Now, come on, color guard. I don't want to see these blue silks yet. I've got. You gotta try and keep these hidden until right now. This might be a spot here, another design concept, where you can go double time against real time. Have the winds moving at two different tempos there. I think would be very striking. Pacing a little bit is affected here by the step size that they're taking, small versus the overall speed of the music, so it's not having the full impact I think you want it to have. I like the turn as forms were coming through one another. I think that's a real strong effect there. I think building to this final segment, we're not getting the entire desired effect because the step size for the wind players is fairly small. All right, I hope my comments have been of some use to you. I wish you the very best of luck for the rest of your season. Look forward to seeing you in critique today and sharing some ideas and concepts. Thank you for coming out and sharing a very enjoyable show. I think this show has almost limitless potential. I think you're doing a great job this early in the season. Thanks again for coming out and hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Gary Smith from the University of Illinois. I'm doing music general effect, and I'm looking forward to this performance. Kids look really nice, good posture, and preset is very impressive. And you can tell we have good composure and discipline and carriage and intensity. Oh, good. Good impact. Good, solid, clean, full sounding impact. Nice job. The woodwinds sound good. Don't fall off the last note phrase. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Lift it. Good. I like that. Crescendo. Yeah, that was very good. Good impact. Play out a little more in the tubas. Oh, I like this chart. Yeah, the trumpet's having a little trouble with that. Probably because of the stick movement. Nice visuals, and they're not sacrificing the sound. Nice dynamic changes. I like the fact that the percussion is balancing the winds quite well. The pit is definitely adds to the energy level of the arrangement and execution of the players and the winds. The woodwinds are staged very well. Yeah, I like the staging of this, and enhances the music.
rather than distracts from it. How much did you have to pay that airplane to fly over at the right time? Melphone's not watching. The tempo change is ragged, and it's a great contrast, but the pit's got to listen back on that tempo change. Yeah, that's a very nice chart. Good energy. Well, you can hear it in the audience. Good contrast, too. Electronics a little too loud, overbalancing the woodwinds. Smoother. Maybe a little more rubato. Yeah, and not also don't clip the last note. The last note of the lyrical music. Yeah, this is very, very effective. It's staged very well. I like the fact that they are warming the sound on the lyrical passage as well as playing softer. Yeah, that's good shaping of dynamics, and the nice phrasing. Expressive qualities is very good. The melody lines needs a little more. We get very seldom when you get the harmonic support over playing the melody line. That's very unusual. It's usually the other way around. That's a quick, easy fix. So you make an adjustment one way or the other, either more melody or less accompaniment. Very tasteful and nice job of refining things. Da da do da do 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 da da. Yeah, the memorization a little weak there. Sustain. Yeah, if anything, think of lifting the long notes. That'll encourage sustaining full long notes, full sound. Wow, define that release. There, that's a good release. The pit's really very tasteful. Without, not in a distraction there, an enhancement to the arrangement. Melody line still buried. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's just, and musically speaking, that's a great presentation. Just little things that we mentioned. I think, the biggest thing would be an occasional bounce problem with melody line being buried, and which is unusual when the supportive material is overbalancing the melodic material. The pit is a very tasteful addition, enhancement to the show. And some of the long notes that don't have life. There are some releases are really well defined, and some are a bit ragged. Good dynamics, and the band plays with a lot of energy and spirit, which is a big thing with me, and that usually cannot be achieved without some good execution with pitch, tone, execution things. So it's a nice job. It's a very fine band. Keep up the good work. I hope the comments are helpful to you, and good luck to you in your remaining season.
Good morning, Newberry High School. My name is Rich Wall, and I'm here to evaluate you from Tampa, Florida. And I'm evaluating you in the caption of individual visual responsibilities here on the field. I'm going to watch how you march, your posture, your technique. Guard, I'm going to watch how your feet move. I'm going to watch body orientations. I'm looking for simultaneous demands, choreography, and any layering thereof, how you do that, how you perform it. I'm looking for clarity. I'm looking for strength in your technique. And we're setting up our blue on the field here, which is neat. Some clouds on the field. Okay, I know we're a little apprehensive about the tarps out here. There's some confusion with the horns up. I think typically that is not the issue when you're not worried about the tarps. However, I will say, great, go after this tempo and those feet. Good for you. Okay, I'm seeing levels of understanding of the visual technique across the band. I'm seeing some really strong feet out here, and I love it. I'm also seeing some feet that are a little sluggish, not quite with the intensity of the others. Let's really work to match that technique, please. Okay, simultaneous demand with the body position there and the baritones, and we want to make sure that when you lunge to the side there, that the upper body, if it's your, you have to show the intention. Is the intention to make the upper body lean, or are you going to keep the upper body up? And we all have to show that. Good. Okay, excellent. I like the added feet there. Good, and then into very demanding moves here. Thank you. Really appreciate it, and what I like the best about it is I see some clarity down here throughout, so I can tell that we've really worked on those things. All right, let's really work to drive those feet at this tempo. Okay, not everyone understands where that horn move happens, so we have to be careful about that. I also want to say when we get to our hold there, our upper body posture still needs to remain forward. I don't want to see anyone leaning back, and I did catch a few people leaning back there. Okay. Okay, good tempo change in the feet there, and then into some plie moves. And then with the rest of the woodwinds too. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to see a tempo in the feet at this part, and October 5th, that might be a reality right now. So we're really going to have to work on pulse in this piece. Guard, we want to make sure that our facings remain the same. Where is our upper body? That's really important with your equipment. It's going to change all kinds of things that they see upstairs with those silks. Okay, no fatigue at the end. Please hold that horn right up. I know it's a heavy horn. I played it too. You got to hold it right up. Okay. Good. I have seen some really good initiations of movement, and that's some of the things that tend to typically be a lot more weak at this point. And appreciate the body here, Woodwinds. Thank you. Okay, let me check out this body. I'd say overall, from the guard standpoint, we could definitely add much more choreography to our work, or definitely to our times when there is no work. Okay. Band, I appreciate what you're doing. We would really benefit from some mirrors with the hands, but very brave to try this work here. And it seems like a lot of people understand what's going on. That's a hard tempo to grasp with that movement. Okay, what is our technique when we're coming in here? I have a lot of jumpy, bouncy, and then I have some more lifted people up coming into the brass here. Okay, and appreciate the body here, the static body that the brass is playing in, and the seated one-handed mellophone player. Trumpets, even if you're not playing, your body facing, your upper body needs to stay the same. So I don't know if we need to look into if we're backing up or going forward into this move here, into this pause here, but there's definitely a lot of variety in that, and it looked like it needed to be more clear. Okay, let's not give away that we're gonna move there. Don't move before. Initiate right on the beat, and you're off. Also, I'm seeing some movement as we're breathing in the shoulders, in the horns. That was one individual. We got to make sure that we. Okay, I want to look at this run technique here too. I just want to clarify it between everyone. Is that a jazz run there? There's a lot of bouncy upper body in it, and I think we're looking to try to get a more seamless gliding effect here, maybe like the wind, perhaps. Okay, and all of this is times where guard could add more responsibility choreography-wise. Yeah, push through. Okay, I appreciate the horns up there. Clear understanding of it. Mellows, we can do that a little better. I saw you do it earlier. Good, I appreciate the multiple demand there. However, that multiple demand was not as clear as the earlier ones was later in the show. Wow, and then this. Okay, that is a huge undertaking there with that visual in the last set. I can tell that it's newer to you, and I would really like you to, I'd like to clean that. I'd like that to be a lot cleaner from a clarity standpoint on the direction changes, whereas the toe being prepared for the weight change when you move so quickly. Okay. Woodwinds, we could do a little better initiation when we moved out of that block. Okay, and we want to watch at our slower tempo here with the bigger steps that we're not bouncing. Okay, there we have some people who are unsure of the visual phrases here. That's definitely detracting from the clarity. Okay. I think maybe the guard show is not finished here, but overall from guard, we could definitely use a lot more responsibility choreography-wise, body-wise. I feel like we have a ton of that in the band. I like these moves at the end here. There's an understanding of them. I don't know if that was similar to something you did earlier, if that one was brand new. We might want to try for a little variety, or perhaps we can add just a different element to that one so it doesn't look similar to the beginning one. Like I said, I don't know if it was the same, but it reminded me of that one. So, but it seemed to be handled well. The kids seem to move. They seem to all understand what you're asking them to do when they move, which is great. I saw some real strong initiations, especially right off the bat at the beginning, which was pretty cool. I love to see that. You're going after your marching. You're not letting it take over you, which kind of with fatigue towards the end was starting to happen. And October 5th, that's definitely something that is expected. So I really enjoyed the show, and I'm wish you the best of luck in your season. I hope that you will go far. I think your show and what you have written is definitely going to take you far if you all really commit to it, and that's some really tough stuff that's written, so you really have to be working on it, especially the dance moves band and the body moves from the whole unit, not just in band. That's something that's a daily thing if that's going to be clean at the end of the season. So again, enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for the performance.
Hey, Newberry High School, it's Mike Higby from Orange Park, Florida. Judging auxiliaries today. Wish you the very best of luck. Looking forward to it. Great job with the staging at the onset here. There's a clear definition of where the color guard is relative to the winds. And we got a little wind. It's going to give you some trouble with the tarps, but you might try chain, just laying chain on that. It won't take too long to lay it down.
You may begin for competition.
It'll work out. Yeah, strong initiation of the color guard. Some slight trouble with wind and consisting, but there's a good understanding of the musical accents. Need a little stronger definition of where that pole tip travels relative to the body so that you're carving through the same front and back planes. Yeah, and then the resolution onto the tarp would work well, and I get that the tarp's blown, that happens when you start to incorporate props. You're going to have those moments, and the challenge is, does the show stand up, whether that works or not. And I think there's some issues with regards to consistency of the application of training. I think they've been given good information relative to the front and back planes and these indirect planes, and the timing seems to be fairly consistent. Dee-da-da-ba. Yeah, you got to subdivide flags. Good job with the resolution. Certainly appreciate the simultaneous responsibility of drill getting into this point with choreography. Appreciate the change in expressive efforts as you go through more sustained efforts and then into quick motion, reflecting the audio. Yeah, it could have been a stronger moment there as it passes over your shoulder. The trick is, where is that right hand relative to the center of the back as it passes over, so that you're passing the same amount of flag and creating the same shape as it comes up and over the shoulder. Yeah, and using the pole versus the silk, so that we're giving some change to the texture, both the textural qualities as well as the volume of visual impact that you're creating. Need to work on the timing, consistencies on the feet. And I appreciate the challenges of something where you have these mixed tempos for the performers. Yeah, and anytime that you change meter like that in a musical phrase, the performers need to have a good understanding of exactly when that change happens, what the tension in the wrist, what the tension in the arms are for the initiation of those changes, as well as the count structure. So, I appreciate the challenge of what you've got going on for the performers from a rep and composition standpoint. I think right now we're at one level of achievement relative to the technical aspects of the work. I don't know that expressively or performance-wise that we're achieving that at a consistent basis, because as the demands become greater on the performers, they're letting some of that performance down, and then they have really strong moments where they have less responsibilities and the performance comes up. So that's going to be a consistency standpoint. I appreciate the use of this speed as you resolve from the back chevrons onto the front. You know, and I understand and appreciate the way that the fact that they're wearing white is going to change the weight and dimensional qualities when they resolve onto the floor tarps, as opposed to when they're in the grass, to make them stand out. So I understand what you're doing from a rep. I think there's just a sophistication to the effort. Yeah, good for you. Using the volume to take our eye over to where the horns are certainly works well. And then the dancers over on the other side need to take a look at the consistency of that port de bras, where it's coming from on the shoulder, the center of the back, and define those things for the performers. And that's going to happen as you get move through the season. Yeah, I think you've made some smart rep and comp choices that's going to help enhance the musical program. I think the staging is appropriate for. I think there's still some opportunities to play through speed through this section. Feels a little stagnant. Is there an opportunity to perhaps explore some space by running side to side, creating some sense of false motion, so that we get that kind of change in expressive dynamics? Yeah, and you know, I appreciate certainly appreciate the volume of the white as she comes forward, but it took about 8 years, and I could focus on her the entire time right there in the center of the back on the 50. Is there a way for her to either turn backwards, tuck them under the edge of the floor tarp, something that doesn't quite communicate that to me before you're ready for me to see the wings? Yeah, and obviously we still haven't quite finished with the resolution of the end of this musical phrase. Not as much detail there as you've had in other parts of the program. But again, it's early season. There's opportunity for growth and continued exploration. Yeah, guys, I certainly sympathize with the fact that the tarp is creating some challenges for you, both when you move from place to place in the guard where they resolve. Some of their reference points have been taken away from them, so I get it. Obviously, we're not quite finished with the program yet. Yeah, appreciate the technique and the backing up on the left side of the field. We need to work on consistent spacing there. You know, when your choreography is just being where you're supposed to be, you need to make sure that you know what those drill responsibilities are. Yeah, timing can be a little stronger through that phrase. Beautiful flag, though. You know, kind of a play on the sun. I kind of get what you're going for there. The great contrasts to the costuming. I bet this uniform is just stunning at night. Yeah. Just the challenges of the wind. Certainly appreciate the ambidexterity of the double flag work. I think you could use some greater definition on the timing of the turns, the definition of the hip and the rotation in the hip in the back attitudes. When does the flag come up? When does it travel down? What are those checkpoints? Things that you know. Okay, Newberry, I think this some very sophisticated things going on with the program. I think there's an opportunity to continue to explore that process. I think obviously it's early in the season. You need to work on the details and the performance application of the training. I think you need to take a look at their lower bodies, especially define for them where the hip flexor is relative to the back attitude leaps and turns, timing of those turns. Make sure that performers have a little better awareness of where they are in relationship to each other and their form responsibilities. Part of that, I'm sure, today was challenges created by the prop, the floor tarps not being exactly where you want them to be. Enjoy the performance today, guys. I think it offers you a great opportunity for success. You need to work on that consistency of performance. Communicate it all the time. Don't let the added responsibilities of equipment work tear down that performance. You got to practice that at full out at every rehearsal so that when you get into a performance situation and strange things happen, you can adapt and make those things happen in performance. Enjoy the program, guys. Wish you the best of luck.
Good afternoon, Newberry High School. This is Jason Kuhn from Citrus County, Florida. Today I'll be judging an area of percussion here at the Central Florida Marching Arts Festival in Leesburg High School. Looks like we don't have a battery per se, so I'll mainly be right up here in front of you on the front line. Here, there. Nice setup. Great attention to detail. Pause in action here, and I can't stop my recorder, so I apologize for the long delay.
You may begin for competition.
Nice timpani roll there. Make sure every one of those strokes on the 16th notes there on the marimba Yamaha, actually you can make those sound. Maybe you got to use a little bit harder mallet. They don't all blend in together. Nice communication, prep beats. Good job, set player. Way to feel it, way to watch. I really appreciate that. Yeah, watch out, Vibes. Don't play on the chords. Technique-wise, play right on the edge of the bar or in the middle so you get the very best sound coming out of the keys. Yeah, careful, Vibe, that we don't pound the keys so hard that we hear that splat. Marimba player. Make sure you don't squeeze the stick so much. So just go, let your hands go with the stick. When you squeeze so hard, that's when you start to deaden some sounds. Nice cymbal work, set player. Watch the Vibes, don't let the sounds bleed too much. Yeah, timpani player, technique-wise, let's get a little bit more thumbs up. Now I'm being kind of technical, you're showing me that you are more of an advanced group that can play at that level. Let's make sure we get all aspects of your performance right. Again, marimba player on the end down there, young man, don't squeeze the stick so hard on those 16th notes or 30 seconds. Yeah, anytime you have those quarter notes, really pull the sound out of the keys. I think I'm gonna keep saying that just because when you guys got quarter notes or half notes, you seem to be pressing and staying. Pull the sound out of the keys. Okay, we're going to some 4-mallet technique. Yeah, watch the roll speed. You don't have to go so fast, especially on the low end of the marimba where you can really kind of embellish those sounds. Slow the roll down and pull the sound out. Nice sounds though, I appreciate. I tell you, I'm most impressed, and I really appreciate more than anything your communication with each other. If I had to critique communication, which is not really on the sheet, but it affects so many other things throughout your performance, I wish you guys would just look at each other a little bit more. I like the way that it's obvious that you've spent time prepping these beats to where you know exactly the tempo changes and where it's going, but look at each other so you communicate with how you're going to play together up on the front. Right here would be a perfect place to look at each other, make sure that everybody's instrument is sounding with the same intensity. Yeah, finish the phrase, dee da da da. Play, get all the way to that last note. Watch the downbeats there, guys. Nice dynamic change. Be careful where you're playing on the keys. Make sure you're playing in the middle of the bar, especially in the slowest passages. You know, the faster passages, I would say it's a good idea to go down to the bottom corner. But on these right here, where you're playing those little eighth note runs, stay in the middle of the bar to get the full sound out of the keys. Again, right here, you're very close. Just pay attention to where you're at on the bar. Yeah, I'd almost pedal those tones a little bit more, Vibes. Yeah, finish the phrase. Marimba player on the end. Don't squeeze the stick so hard. Really pull that sound out. Yeah, unison eighths. You guys are working hard. Just don't choke the stick out. Watch that run there. He tried to fake it. Good job, set player. Yeah. All right, guys. You know, here's the first thing I noticed right off the bat is everybody's got to be at the same comfort level with the music as the next person. You've obviously got a couple of very strong players and a couple other players that are just not there yet, but you're going to be. I can feel it. I mean, I can even see it. So at this point, I would really work on being comfortable with the music to where you're not trying to just move your hands across the mallets and hope they end on the right key. You know exactly what key you're hitting without choking the stick out, because it's almost like you guys are freaking out a little bit when you get to some really fast passages. So just calm down, hold the stick, don't choke it out. Make sure you are aware of where you're playing on the bars. You guys are playing at a very high intensity level, which I love, especially to have no battery out there. I mean, you guys are covering all the intensity in the front ensemble, which is what you want to see and hear. And the thing is, you're playing very musical, listening back to the rest of the band. So just a few things, as far as technique is concerned, where you're playing, how you're playing, continue to work on those things. Look at each other as communication a little more. Hopefully I've made some comments that'll help you in the future. Good luck to you guys.
Have you considered